आप देख रहे हैं अपना समाचार।
How much risk you are taking while giving that name? That's what I wanted to ask, but then you already answered it. The other question is about we are all talking about Make in India, and we have this tradition about Ayurveda, and which is 100% successful. So, have you ever thought about incorporating Ayurveda in your cosmetics, whether it's hair or beauty products?
Ayurveda, in a professional division, what we cater, like, the salon division. So Ayurveda products are not that much till now involved in the salon. It is more of D2C, direct to consumer product.
Right.
So this is more of a treatment product what we do in the salon, and then to support that we have a retail product. So till now, Ayurveda stuff we have not yet explored. I think we are not exploring, till now we have not explored.
Not yet. The reason I will tell you, what our core focus is on the hairstylist, what they want. Because end of the day, each and every consumer is not our customer. The reason behind, everyone doesn't prefer to come to the salon, right?
Yes.
So here what we are targeting, and whenever we create a product also, we keep in our mind hairstylist, what they want and what their consumer wants. So that way we are not actually collaborating with the Ayurveda as of now.
But we are going ahead with the sustainability product, like in packaging and all this stuff. We are
That we are
more
trying
order
to
going
do in
the
coming
sustainability
years.
stuff.
I wish it comes earlier. All the best. Thank you so much.
So maybe in the next 7 to 8 months, you will see few of them the packaging, the sustainability one. Yeah.
Yeah, my question is, what is the USP of your product, and what inspires you about the formulation of this product, and how do we maintain the consistency and the quality of the formulation?
So I will just guide you about the quality of the. It's a good question. So any formulation, whatever we make, we buy those formulation. We, after buying the formulation, whatever the best in the entire world, not only in India or particular region, but in the entire world, we check the import data, which are the best raw materials. Say for an example, if you talk about Shea butter, as we already have a range of Shea, right? So if you talk about Shea, if I give you a raw material of Shea, which is actually made in India, those Shea is white in color, okay? So that is used for morely in D2C brand, where the price point is little lesser than what comparatively professional industry wants, right? So similarly, we cater it from South Africa. The South Africa is the biggest source of Shea butter as an ingredient.
Shea nuts.
Shea nuts. So whatever we source, the ingredients we source is from the different parts of the countries, and we make sure that anything goes in the market, it is quality tested by the chemist and the QC person. We have an entire team where entire process is first tested with the bottle as well. Like for an example, the bottle is HDPE or PET. So how it is reacting with the product, right? How it is acting in 45 degrees when it is kept in the oven also. So all these tests are done before when it enters into the market. And if sometimes it happens, because it's a human error, sometimes in the like 65 products there is, sometimes one or the two products, it happens like there is some quality issues. So in that case, we call back that particular batch, and we check that what was the problem. Because of the heat there's a lots of problem.
So,
because of the anti-oxidation,
Oxidation
there is a problem. If the bottle is kept open, it will oxidize. So all those things matters a lot. So what we are trying to do is, we have an entire team where we try to maintain that quality.
So we have a QC check proper,
check proper.
and we follow all the FDA norms, and according to that, the entire team is there to take care of the quality and the sustainability of the product, where every time you get the same quality in the market. So we try to.
What is the percentage of your exports?
Till now, it's very minimum. So we have around 2% of export. Majorly, 98% is Indian business till now.
And domestic.
Yeah, domestic.
Hello, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
it is very obvious that the market is fully obsessed about the foreign brands.
Yes.
That is very clear, and
Yes.
there is no, need to think about it. So, how do you have planned the future strategies which can be more strategic towards competing with the foreign brands? And the costing first thing. The Indian brands are normally low cost product.
Yes.
If you compare to the foreign product. So, are you working on that, or still the costs are very high compared to the foreign products are low? You are not specified in the chat show about all this.
So I will just discuss you about this, the price point, right? So I will just guide you like the import brands, what they are selling it is at this price. And few of the very big brands, I don't want to take the name, but those brands are at this price point and we are at the mid of the range. Say for example, the international brand which is stable since like 100 years or 50 years. Those brands are here, the import brands are here. The reason behind it fluctuates according to dollar prices, right? And as I told you, like we are already working on the price point also. So I will just give you a simple example in exports also, because we have attended 2 shows in Singapore and Dubai as well. So if you see the export price, what they are selling, the international brands are selling, those we are able to compete now. Before we were not able to, because we didn't have that production capacity. But now definitely because of the domestic sales have been increased, so our cost price has been gone little down now, and now we are able to cater the international brands at an international level.
So the price point of the international market, what they are catering and which are getting into the India. So there is no specific rule that company is going to decide to keep the MRP, right? So whatever the importer feels to keep their MRP, they keep there accordingly. But the manufacturing cost is almost nearby. Whatever product you develop worldwide, the manufacturing cost would be nearby. It won't fluctuate from 200 to 1000 rupees difference. It's going to be 10-15% up or down. So we are able to now manage and we are almost at the neck able to compete with the international market also for the export. That's the reason we are able to do 1-2% whatever we are able to do the export, we are able to do because we are able to give the pricing and the quality also, which is a global standard.
Hi, how big is the Shea butter range market size?
Particularly if you talk about Shea butter range, the Shea is divided into 2 to 3 categories basically. It's not only for the hair or only for the skin. So especially it started from the skin and now it is into the hair we have started as. Particularly Shea, I cannot say about the market size, but definitely I can say about the category. Say for an example, a hair spa category. Hair spa category market is around 4 to 5,000 crores of the market of particularly spa. It includes everything related to the spa. In that category it falls as a Shea butter retention therapy. So that way we can categorize, but as of Shea particular ingredients, I have no idea about that. Particularly for the
Jigar, we have certain media also joined us online. So there's a question because you recently launched the Shea Collagen. So the journalist wants to know how Shea Collagen is different from the other collagen treatments available in the market.
See, there are different meaning of collagen, to be honest. So everyone has their different kind of stories. But what my belief is like collagen is one of the ingredient, which is a mixture of 2 to 3 things. And that is known as collagen. And recently what we launched, if I talk about that is basically a blend of collagen where we have majorly focused on with every service that product can be used. Say for an example, if somebody is coming in the salon and wants to do a bleach, say for an example, but because of the doing a bleach, hair gets dry or frizzy, it gets very rough, right? So instantly after, you can use our Shea 18 MEA shampoo with the Shea collagen hair filler. So what it will happen, basically the gap, what actually if I don't want to go more scientifically, but I will just cut it in the short, that it is more for the all kinds of chemically treated
Service,
hairs. Chemical service.
Like hair color or sort of thing or pre-lightening. Someone does balya, so it immediately gives you a moisture to your hair and shine.
It will bounce back your hair with the regular smoothness and frizz-free hair. So that is the actual collagen what we have recently launched.
Which are 3 milestones that you have achieved from the time you have started?
Okay. Yeah. Okay, now you can.
Which are the 3 milestones that you have achieved from the time you have started?
So from the time we have started, one milestone I can say which we have achieved from the product line from 5 SKUs to 100 SKUs. Second, the chain of salons, our user like Lakme, like I mentioned, Enrage. So that is a for the Indian manufacturing in professional division. It's a very big achievement, and you can say it's the biggest milestone to enter into the salon who are so strong in their product testing. So we will say that we are happy that we are able to pass that test and be the revenue partner to them and try to supply the product to them.
And third thing is definitely the channel, the distribution channel, right?
channel.
So the main point is the distribution channel that we have achieved, and because it's very difficult to get a good distribution channel. So that is the third milestone what we have achieved.
Yeah, so this
What
is
we
like-
believe, basically.
Sorry.
Here, what are your expansion plans? What are your expansion plans, and when do you plan the IPO?
So the expansion plan, basically I have already in the chat show also I told that we are getting with the 2 different lines of product, that is color and styling this year, and coming next year we have many more plans as well. This year we have started putting the entire system where we want to follow the IPO compliances before going into that, right? So within 1.5 year we will come with the IPO.
Maximum, I mean, the ideation, the planning, the roadmap is for 1.5 to 2 years. What is
Maximum,
the ideal plan?
maximum.
Where we will be launching an IPO according to the current situation, what we are doing it.
Like current the market is.
Rest, our distributors are there. They will support us well in the revenue and sales. So as soon as possible, we will come up.
If we reach definitely this year 3 figures, next year is IPO, no problem.
Sorry? Anyone? Yeah. Done? Yeah.